Okay, so hello everyone, how you guys are doing? Akshay here, and let us continue with the today's streak. The only change is that we have shifted our platform from GFG to LeetCode now. We will be covering questions from the LeetCode PUTD, and there is a list of questions consisting of 194 of standard questions. So we'll be doing that questions as well. Today's question is a very easy question. Let us first read it, and then we can think of the multiple approaches, if so possible, to solve this question for. So have to, okay, the name of the question is the maximum product of two elements in an array. Given the array of integers, you have to choose the two indices, that is I and j. You need to return the maximum of nums of I minus 1, nums of j minus 1. Okay, so I need the maximum product of the two largest elements, right? So here 3, 4, 5, 2, definitely that possible thing is that one you choose a 5 and then another element, the second largest, choose as 4, and you can um, return the product of those elements using the minus 1. 4 minus 1 into 5 minus 1, because that was asked, minus 1. So what would be method 1? Method 1 would be an O of n square solution, right? Where we can form all the possible pairs. Correct? And O of 1 will be your space complexity, right? Okay, and what would be a second approach? So basically what we need to do is forming all the pairs will give you of n square. And what is the intuition here? What is the logic? That we just need to find the two largest element and we need to return the product of them. And we have to do a minus 1 for each and every element because the question has asked so. And since we need to return the maximum product, so that is why we are finding the largest and the second largest element in this array. Second approach would take you n log n and O of 1 as space complexity, because here what you will do, you will sort it and just return the in the last index and the second last index. Is there another approach? Yes. Finding this largest second largest approach, we can just maintain two variables, right, for each of the max and second max, and we can just track the maximums, right, using a simple one single for loop. So it would be O of n as space as time and O of 1 as your space complexity, right? Let us see how we can implement this approach. Let us do a dry run itself. So 3, 4, 5 and 2. So you will have a max and you will have a second max, right? So both are initially pointing to 0. So when we are at the first element, we will see the current element is greater than your max, right? So what you will do, you will appoint your second max as max. So again, this 0 would be mapped to max, and then this max would be mapped to 3. We'll come at the second element, that is 4, which is greater than your max, right? So again, your second max will be mapped to max and your max will be mapped to your current element. Again, if you see, the third element is 5, which is again greater than your max, right? So what the two steps happen will, your second max will be again mapped to max and max will be mapped to current element, that is 5. Now the next element is 2, which is not greater than max now. So one if condition we have understood, what we need to do, that your current element is greater than max, then you need to do two steps, that is second max equals to max and max is equals to current. Now there could be one more case, that the element which you are encountering, it is greater than not your current element, not your max, but it is greater than your second max, right? So in that case we will just update a second max, that which is maximum is the current or maximum, right? Let us see the Java code now. Okay, so that is the Java code here. So we just have to maintain two variables, max and second max. We need to iterate in the for loop, and if our current number, if it is greater than your max element, then you swap the values. Like you store your second max to your present max, and then you store the current number into your max. Then you have a else if condition where the number is not greater than max, but it is greater than your second largest element. So we'll just appoint the second largest equals to your current element. At last, we will have the values of largest and second largest into the variable of max and second max. So we'll just return the product of them. So that is it. Yeah. So the today's question was an easy question. So I hope you're able to understand it. Code it in multiple approaches possible. And if you have liked the video and you understood the problem, please like, share, and subscribe. And we can meet again in the tomorrow's streak. Till then, keep learning, keep going. Bye bye, and take care.